What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, it is the beginning of Prediction Week with another 2024 United States Senate prediction map. That's right, everybody. We're back with everybody's favorite series on this channel, the monthly predictions. Now, let me be clear. This is as of May 2nd, 2023. So this is still just over a year out from the 2024 election. So a lot can change. Who knows? Could this turn into a red wave? Sure. Could it turn into a blue wave? Sure. This is as of now. And since we don't got much to base, the national environment off of, we're going to assume this prediction's based off of a neutral environment. That means R plus 0 or D plus 0, whatever. That means in the generic ballot, neither party wins the popular vote. That's, I know, not going to happen, but it is just the base assumption for now until we get closer to the 2024 elections. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It is a great Twitter account to follow. Of course, go follow the Rumble page down below for exclusive content. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as help support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody, so just like the more recent predictions, we are using probabilities. That means, what is the percent likelihood this happens? For example, let's say Mississippi. It's pretty much a guarantee Republicans win that state, so it's a safe state. You get the point. We've gone over this over and over again because, quite frankly, it is becoming more and more difficult to predict the margins and stuff. I mean, look at Maine in 2022. Everybody thought that was going to be a much closer race. Well, guess what happened? The Democrat won by 12. Michigan. Nobody thought Dixon was going to lose more than maybe 4 or 5. Guys, these people that are saying, oh my gosh, you said Dixon was going to win by 0.1%. The same people only had Dixon losing by 2 to 3 points. She lost by what? 12? So yeah, we're done with the margin stuff. We're just going purely probabilities. It's much, in my opinion, it's more accurate. And it gives a fairer, and I guess you could say a better understanding of what the map is currently looking like. So let's get into it. Enough explanations. Let us start with the for sure, no matter what you do, no argument about it, safe Republican states. I don't think there's much to be said here. Guys, I dare Democrats to spend $100 million against Josh Hawley. Do it. Do it. I dare you to. Please, I would be so owned if you would spend that much against Hawley. He's going to win. He won in a blue wave in 2018 against a fairly popular incumbent, mind you, by over 6 points. He's not losing as now an incumbent in a neutral year. It ain't happening. He ain't losing in Missouri. Tennessee, I dare Democrats spend another $150 million here. I dare you to. I would be so owned. Mississippi, no argument about it. Indiana, Senator Banks, sounds very nice. And that's kind of the foregone conclusion, no matter what you do, safe Republican states. Now for the Democrats, we're going to put Hawaii, New Mexico, California, Washington, the great state of Minnesota. I just don't see how the Klobs loses. I really don't know how she does. Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, etc. The rest of the Northeast, and technically, I know Angus King is an independent, yet votes Democrat 90% of the time. So we're just putting that safe Democrat. Now, could a state like New York and New Jersey be closer than expected? Yes. But the probability of Republicans winning those states, they're virtually none. So yeah, I think this is the foregone conclusion, safe Republican or safe Democrat states. So technically there's 11 we're going to discuss, but you can already tell a couple of these are just, yeah, they're going to go one way or the other. They're pretty handily. Now we start with the great state of Florida. Yep, the great state of Florida. And I do think with it being Rick Scott, it's going to be closer than it should be. He's still going to win easily. He has like an 85-90% chance of winning re-election. It's going to be much closer than it should be, but Florida's gone for the Democrats. So I'm not going to put it safe just yet, but I guarantee you next year it's probably going to be safe Republican. We're just putting it likely because who knows? Could it be possible 2022 was a complete fluke in Florida? Sure, but I don't think that's going to happen. So we're just going to put that likely Republican for now. And same thing with Texas. Republicans, it seems like they've started to stabilize a little bit in Texas. There are some areas that did shift Democrat in 2022, but it seems like Republicans up and down the ballot, they finally, halted some of the trends we saw in the Dallas area, the Houston area, and doing a bit worse in the Rio Grande Valley. But I think Ted Cruz, who, yes, he almost lost in 2018, but that was a blue wave year, and that's when the Trump base was still pissed at him for what he said at the RNC. Either way, I think Ted Cruz, he probably has a 70-75% chance of winning. I think I should say 75-80%. It is closer to lean than it probably should be, but I think Cruz will hold on by a few points. I think it's very likely. And if the trends we saw in 2022 do hold, which again, they may not, but if they do hold, even partially, there is some hope for Republicans that the abortion bans, all that stuff, it's forcing Democrats out of Texas, which may help us in the long run. We just got to see, but I think likely Texas, as a probability, not margin, is, I would say, a fair assumption. Now we're going to go from, we did the two, I would say, more obvious states. So, you know what? Let's go from Nevada, work our way eastward. So, the state of Nevada. Here's where I think we're at in the state. I am slightly confident Republicans pick it off at the presidential level. However, I think as of now, Jackie Rosen will probably start off as a favorite, a very slight one, probably tilt, 55-60% chance of holding on. I think this is fair. She has the incumbency, but I don't think she is as strong as Cortez Masto was. Could she win? Yeah, I think she is favored slightly as of now, just because a lot of question marks about the bench in Nevada, a lot of question marks about the national environment. But if Republicans do win the state of Nevada in 2024 at the presidential level, which I actually think we have a good shot at, I think we are actually starting off as a favorite going in 24. If we win it by a point or two, I think we do take her out. But to be determined, we're going to have it as tilt Democrat. Now, the state of Arizona, this is as of now. I think it is leaning Democrat. A lot of question marks about will Sinema run for re-election? And who will the Republicans run? Look, just Lake, let's be real, a lot of bullshit happened. I'm not denying that, but please don't run for the Senate. It'd be the best interest for everybody. Don't run for the Senate seat. And the loser right, don't run your crappy candidates, TJ Shorp, that help expel a Republican for nonsensical reasons. Guys, we just got to wait and see, but we do got a couple good candidates in Arizona. So this idea it's a foregone conclusion we're going to lose this race, no. It's just to be determined who are we going to run. So I think it is leaning Democrat just for that reason. Now, the state of Montana. I've been saying this over and over again. Tester is a strong candidate, but this isn't a blue wave, and quite frankly, with Trump or DeSantis on the ballot, who knows at this point? I think it is more than likely going to be Trump at this point. I think as of now, the state of Montana is tilting towards Republicans. This isn't a blue wave. This isn't going to be 2018 where he wins because of it. I firmly believe he won just because of the national environment. People say, oh, well, 2012. That's what, 12 years ago? That's when we were slightly less polarized than we are now. Plus, we saw in 2010, or I should say 2020, Steve Bullock got walloped concerning the fact that he was such a popular Democrat governor. Well, guess what? Things are not the same as they were 10 years ago, let alone maybe even 6 years ago. And quite frankly, if we don't run Zinke, we should be actually in a decent situation to win the state of Montana. So I think the state, as of now, will flip to the Republicans. It will be close. Don't let anyone fool you that it's not going to be, a 20-point victory for Republicans. It's going to be close because Tester is a strong candidate, but I think it is tilting towards Republicans as of now. Now we got the great state of Wisconsin. I think it's leaning Democrat. A lot of question marks about who will we run in Wisconsin. I'm hearing Tom Tiffany's looking more and more likely to run. Please. I think he would be a great candidate. Just because he's conservative doesn't mean he's unelectable. I'm getting sick of that theory that more conservative equals more unelectable. That's baloney. It depends on some states. Yes, you can't be a nationalist from, Massachusetts, but this idea that you can't be conservative to win, that's delusional. But a lot of question marks about Wisconsin, but I do think it will be close, the closest victory for Baldwin in a career, but I think she is starting off as the favorite. I think that's fair. I think that is fair. I don't think she's a foregone conclusion she wins. I mean, she won off the backs of Obama in a blue wave in 2018. So this is going to be her, a really big test to see, were those two just because of Obama in 2018 being a blue wave? Or is she truly this electoral juggernaut? People are going to say, oh, well, of course she is. Yes, but there's no Obama. She's not, Obama or Biden, I should say, he isn't going to win Wisconsin by 10. He isn't. So, to be determined, I think it is leaning Democrat as of now. Michigan likely. I would say borderline safe. Only question mark is who Democrats run. It's just, the Republican Party in Michigan is a joke. Can the Tennessee and North Carolina Republicans send some of their people up there? Please? I mean, the Michigan GOP, they raised like $500 last quarter. That's pathetic. But it is likely Democrat just for the fact I think it will be slightly closer at the presidential level. But man, what are we doing in the state of Michigan? Now, Pennsylvania, I do think it is also leaning Democrat or likely Democrat. Only question mark is who will Republicans run? Doug Mastriano or Dave McCormick? Oh, gosh. Man, pick your poison with that one. But, with it being a presidential year and it being much closer than it has been in the past, I think Pennsylvania will be likely Democrat just for the fact that it is a presidential year. You got higher turnout. But who knows? Could Bob Casey win by 15 again? Yes. But I think for now it is very likely that he does win at the end of the day. But I don't think it's a foregone 100% thing that he does win. Something could happen. Who knows? A scandal breaks in. Suddenly the race gets closer. But I do have it as likely Democrat. Now, the state of Virginia, it's just a question mark of who runs for Republicans. I think if somebody like Hun Cow gets in the race, he could make it closer. He could make this race significantly closer than it should be. Plus, we saw some data to say that Virginia, it seems like there's some hope for Republicans in the state, but I'm not saying safe for now. I'm just going to say likely because it could go to safe very easily. A 100% chance that the loser wins again, but we'll just see what happens. I think likely is a good starting place. So the two states that will determine the fate of the Senate, or I should say the other two states, Ohio in the great state of West Virginia. Ohio. I think Sherrod Brown is done. It's going to be close, but this is Ohio we're talking about. It's one of the most Republican trending states in the country, and Brown, he won. Yes, he won by very large margins, but those were in blue wave years, or when Obama was still on the ballot, and when Ohio, I should say, not Obama, when Ohio was more purple. Plus, I think Republicans, they do got a decent bench in the state. They got a couple good candidates that I think Brown would struggle. Well, I wouldn't say struggle, but it would be his, I think, the closest margin he's ever had, and it will end up in a defeat for Brown. Could he pull it off somehow? Yes, but I don't think he will at the end of the day. Now, West Virginia, it's a foregone conclusion. Manchin's done. Manchin is done as of now. Can something crazy happen? Yes, it is only May of 2023. But, here's the big but. Manchin he sealed his fate with the impeachment votes. In a Trump plus 30 state? That's not going to end well. And I do think when everything is said and done, Manchin will lose, no matter who. It's a matter of, will it be slightly close with Mooney, or will it be a just absolute blowout with Justice? Who knows? But I think for now, Joe Manchin he's done. Will it be, a 30-point defeat for him? No. But I think all the scenarios you're talking about, you need a 2018 style blue wave, or the reverse of 2010 type of wave to save Manchin. I mean, you're talking about, I think there's a greater chance of Texas flipping Democrat than I think Joe Manchin of winning. That's how done I think he is right now. Just everything points to it. Anyways, folks, this is my current 2024 Senate map. A lot of things can change. Again, this is as of May of 2023. But I think, this is a fair assumption to say Republicans, they have a very favorable map. And if losers like McConnell stop sinking ourselves, we could pick off a state like Nevada, pick off a state like Wisconsin. But it's to be determined. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.